Facebook, it's CK here. Happy Thursday. Today I want to discuss subjective problems versus objective problems. The higher you go as a high performer, the more intricate it is because you're dealing with very intricate, very complex issues. And what used to work as an objective problem will no longer work for a very complex situation. Let me ask you a case in point. Should you or should you not proceed with this business with this particular strategic partner or this particular business partner that you have? Well, it depends on many layers of scenario that you need to take into. Market potential, personality dynamics, trustworthiness of this particular individual, etc., right? So if you, on the lower level, when you're not a high performer, you can look at everything through a very simplistic lens. But as you deal with bigger and bigger challenges, bigger and bigger projects, then you need to take on the mindset of a high performer, the ability to zoom in and zoom out, look at everything from a higher perspective versus zooming in and looking at a very myopic point of view. So let me actually concretize that even more. Transformational, actually no, before that, let me quote Elon Musk for a second. Elon Musk said, to solve a very difficult challenge, you spend 90% of the effort identify what the core problem is. Then the rest of it is easy after you have identified what the core issue is, right? So let me repeat that again. 90% of the effort lies in identifying what the core problem is. Then the rest is much easier. So why I'm saying this, subjective problems versus objective problems. Business coaches, conferences solve objective issues. Hey, I need to hire someone, go hire it, him or her. I need to raise my, improve my revenue for my company. Great, go find a sales consultant or go find more salespeople. These are very tactical solutions to a tactical problem. However, when you are dealing with a very massive, very complex situation in your particular organization, the thing you want to be cognizant about is actually your subjective problem, the prism, the lens of which you look at this problem. What are your biases? What are the things that will have you make particular decisions based on your past, so on and so forth, right? Are you making a decision? Are you making a choice based on your past rather than what's objectively laying in front of you? So all is to say, that's why there's a lot of value in having a coach or joining a mastermind or being a part of a plant medicine journey, transformational retreat, because that will allow you to actually zoom out and look at all of your belief systems, everything on the table, for you to examine what's reality and then what's made up, as in your stories, what's unreal, what's the interpretation of reality. Again, looking at using the lens analogy, the metaphor once again, this is reality. Here's the lens of which you look at the world, and this is your interpretation, right? We interpret the world based on the light hitting the cones and the rods in our optic nerves, and then fire into our optic brain, and then interpret that information and formulate the visual information that we actually see, right? So there's a lot of different layers of which you can look at the world differently. So how do you know what you see is real? How do you actually unpack the information that's presented in front of you, the people, the information, the stories. And that's why it's such a value for you to actually have a coach, being part of a mastermind, and being part of a transformational retreat. So you can actually unpack the two together. And from all of the experience that I have dealing with high level performers, whether you're an artist, whether you're a startup founder, whether you're a startup executive, a highly paid consultant, Nobel laureates, it doesn't matter, as long as you play on a very, very high level, is what you'll find out that there are no objective problems. They're all subjective problems. Once you unlock this Chinese finger puzzle, right, within you, everything else will come easy. Transformational training, transformations are fractal in nature. You may not think that your childhood trauma or certain impressions that your parents made on you would have an impact in your business today, but it does. And once you unlock whatever that's incomplete there, everything else will open up. We're gonna be more space, more peace of mind, and actually have exponential impact in your business, your personal relationships, in the way you relate to yourself. So, subjective problems versus objective problems. Really think about what it is that you're dealing with. All right? If there's any questions, if there's any ways that I need to clarify this better, let me know. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Take care.